Time now to meet our last weekend best VIP of the series.
And what a VIP she is, Martin. Beaming in live all the way from LA to tell us about her incredible story. Please welcome belly dancing extraordinaire Nurjahan Boulden.
Nurjahan! Oh, listen, thank you so much for coming on the show. So you're a belly dancer. How long have you been doing that?
I've been belly dancing since the day that I could walk. So my mom, her sisters, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, all belly danced. It was passed down from woman to woman in my family. Wow. And in my culture, we actually practice belly dance as a form of connection and community with other women. So I've been going to belly dancing parties since I was a little baby, when my mom used to host them when I was little, and now I host my own.
So Nurjahan, you had always wanted to be a professional dancer then. It sounds like it's passed down generations, but something happened when you were 21. Can you tell us a bit about that?
The summer before my senior year, I went to a wedding in Toronto, Canada, and we went out one night to a nightclub, and there was a random shooting that took place. Somebody brought an assault rifle into the nightclub.
Oh.
And I was shot in the leg with an assault rifle. The man next to me was killed, and another man was shot in the foot.
Oh my goodness!
And so after that, it took me a long time to get back on my feet again in the aftermath.
I mean, how do you find your love of dancing again after something like that? I mean, how long did it take you to recover?
It took me a long time. I tried to dance after that, and my bone just kept deteriorating. So my tibia was shattered. And the doctors just kept saying, every time I went, and I kept saying, you know, it feels like my bone is still broken. It's getting worse and worse. And it took me 8 years before I found a doctor who actually sat down and listened to what I was saying and did a CT and realized that I actually had a hole in my bone in the place where I got shot. It had never fully formed. It was a bone non-union. And so I got a rod and screws in my leg 8 years after my shooting. Yeah. And still struggled to run and walk after that because of all the, you know, the physical and emotional trauma. From the shooting.
That's what I was going to say. It's not just the physical trauma, is it? It's the emotional stuff. How do you get from that kind of emotional state that you would have been in for 8 years to finding yourself being able to get up and dance again?
So I used to get really inspired to, you know, I'm going to figure out how to run now. I can do this. I'm going to figure out how to get back on my feet. And every 6 months or so, I'd get really inspired. I'd go outside, I'd start, and I'd get really upset, and I'd get mad at my leg because it just hurt like hell even after the surgery. And my doctor kept saying, you know, your leg's made of titanium now, you can do anything. But it didn't feel like that. It still felt broken. So one day, I was going outside and I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure it out this time. I'm going to run. I know I can do it. It's a beautiful day. I went outside, went on the sidewalk and started running, and it hurt like hell. And I thought, there it goes again. I'm just going to have to give up. But I was listening to my headphones and I was listening to some really good music, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to figure out a way to do this. What if instead of trying to run, I just tried to dance down the street sideways because my right leg was hurting, and just kind of pop dance, flailing my arms and legs. You know, I wanted to get that rigorous workout that you get when you run or you dance or you do something that feels that big burst, you know? Yeah. And I did it, and I can't even imagine what I looked like, but I told myself that every car that was going by did it on one of the busiest streets in the city I live. And I just told myself that every person that was driving by me knew my story. That they knew what I had been through and that they were cheering for me.
Absolutely
great. That is lovely. Do you think you can teach us a few moves, some basics?
Yes! I thought you'd never ask. I would love to.
Yeah, go on then. Go on then. What am I doing?
We're going to dive right in, okay? I've already given you the background on belly dance. I'm going to teach you. One of my favorite parts about belly dance, everyone thinks it's just these moves that you have to do in such a way.
Hang on a minute.
Yes, you press.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Do you know what, guys? You two are dancing. Come on, up, up. Come on, come on.
Shiv,
get up out your chair.
It's the end of the series, Charlie. Let's do it.
Come on, let's do this.
Here
we go. Right, we're all doing it now. We've all got eye contact. Let's have a little bit of music. Here we go. Right, here we go.
There we go.
Nurjahan, show us what's...
What do we do? What do we do, Nurjahan?
Okay, ready?
Really
Yeah.
The last piece, really quickly for the sensuality, is about changing your tempo. So going fast and then slow and fast and slow, because slow is the hard part. It's
I
vulnerable.
suddenly feel it myself.
You've got it going on.
It's
We'll
the eye
start with the
contact thing that I
hits.
think is
Ready?
really difficult.
I don't know whether to make eye contact with the screen or not.
Hey! Nurjahan, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. Absolute pleasure. I love a little bit of exercise in the morning. Absolute
Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
Yeah.
Shirley will appreciate that later.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to take it home and show her, I'll tell you that. Nurjahan Boulden, everyone. That's your lot for today, but if you fancy watching us all over again or you missed any of the show, catch up now on the ITV Hub. Thanks so much to our guests. We've got Charlene Spiteri.
Jamie Campbell.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, Shivi. I am going to be back tomorrow for the last show of the series. All right, that's enough of it. Enough last shows. All right, yep, we know. And hopefully Roman is going to find a way to join us.
And you've got some more brilliant guests, Taskmasters Alex Horn, Emmerdale's Susan Cookson and Danny O'Donoghue from The Script.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.